Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. We're going to go through my Supercoach team, how we did over the weekend, then maybe talking about my trades and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be a quicker video because fuck man, this is a complete mess of Supercoach this week. But at least everyone is in the same boat at the moment. I have no clue who I'm going to be trading in. I've got trade candidates who I'm looking at trading out, but have no clue who I'm trading in or my options and that sort of vibe, especially when we have rumors that the Panthers are going to be resting a whole lot of players like Cleary and all that sort of stuff. Sonny Luke, my hooker role is probably going to go dormant this weekend with no Harry Grant playing. He's on the bye, and Sonny Luke is probably going to be coming into my squad. But we're just going to go through my team, how we performed over the weekend mostly, and then yes, we'll talk about a little bit and what I'm thinking. If you enjoy this sort of content, please make sure you like and subscribe down below. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So last weekend, I scored 1,145 points, ended up with a rank of 6,071 points. Really, really good going for me at the moment. We're in a good sort of range, striking range in Supercoach at the moment with 6,071 rank. We could definitely move up these ranks. I think we moved up from last week, especially when we had a couple of little slow weeks, even though we didn't really score too badly. I think, we're just sitting around that big range where a whole lot of really good Supercoach players are sitting right now. So I'm really proud of myself for that, especially, doing my first year of content on Supercoach this year. It's going okay at the moment, but fuck man, this year has so much going for it. There's so many guns that aren't really firing, but then other guns that are, you just got to hold on to some, but yeah, it's just all over the place. My high scorers over the weekend, we had Harry Grant with 104 points. Really good game from him, especially on that last one against the Warriors, where the Warriors, when they had 0 people on the bench or they had limited people on the bench during mid-game and that, Harry Grant, Munster, all those boys did a click and a gear and they scored very, very well for the Melbourne Storm in that game. Valentine Holmes, 105 points. Really good to have Valentine in my squad. Definitely thought of keeping him because of just the value of Valentine Holmes. He has been playing with a whole lot of effort for these last couple of weeks, but hasn't been put in positions to score really good Supercoach points. Now, he scored awesome in this one, really holds that value right now and just helps us to hold him all the way up to the Origin period, especially, he's going to be playing Origin and all that sort of stuff. And I don't really, my center wings aren't my problem at the moment, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to players like him. Nico Hines with 97 points, ended up with the captain, which gave me 194 points as I'm seeing here. So really, really good going there that, he scored upwards of close to that 100-point range. Expected more out of Nico over the weekend, but, the doggies were just in a really grindy contest there. And, Nico pulled it out with 97. I can't complain that at all. Joey Manu with 90 points. Fucking amazing game from him. It's good to see him back and he's playing 5'8 there and all that sort of stuff. Next week, judging my team list, he is playing 5'8 again against my beloved Warriors. But I do see a whole lot of tackle break opportunities there, especially with the team that we're running out with this weekend, unfortunately. But hopefully my wires can really hold him out. But then again, for my Supercoach team, I hope Joey Manu breaks a whole lot of tackles, but just doesn't fucking murder my Warriors. I'm really praying for it. Last person I'm talking about is Dave Fafita, 84 points. Really good game from him overall, especially in that really devastating loss against the Dolphins. But he just, he's having a great season in Supercoach, having a great season overall. He's going to be playing Origin most likely. So, these guys I will be just carrying on my bench for Origin period. I do expect, because I think Fafita will be bouncing back after it and all that sort of stuff. So they're my high scorers for the weekend. We'll go through my low scorers. So Reece Walsh, only 38 points. Both my fullbacks didn't really score too well, which is usually your high scoring position in Supercoach. But Walshy, 38 points, had himself a okay game. Just couldn't get the Supercoach points rolling in with tackle breaks and all that sort of stuff. But I do expect him to come back this week and score something decent, hopefully, even though they got a tougher matchup with the Rabbits coming up. It's really tough to predict what scores these boys are going to pull out now. Tommy Turbo with 37 points, really disappointing, especially now he's got an injury cloud over him. I feel really sorry for Turbo, especially with all the talking around him at the moment with that groin or abductor injury. Not too sure if he's going to be playing this week. They have named him, whether he passes all these tests and stuff. But I do think that with Garrick playing center, I have this little feeling, they just put him in there and they're probably going to play. If Turbo does pass a lot of his tests, I feel like Turbo might be playing center this weekend and Garrick might play fullback. That's my honest opinion. I could be way off on that. Comment down below, call me an idiot and all that sort of stuff. But I just have that feeling, Garrick's never really played center from what I've seen. I know that they're low on center cover because of Brad Parker going down and all that sort of stuff. And Tui Pelotu comes back into the squad. But I just have this feeling like you got Tommy, he's going to play Origins at center. It's probably the best way to preserve his body coming into Origin. Play him at center, Garrick at fullback, and I'm hoping a whole lot of points for Garrick at fullback against the Titans. Last player, Joshy Schuster, someone that I predicted should be going really well against the Tigers last week. 22 points, not too great, and didn't have his better game. Still looks like he's carrying that quad injury. He is out this week. Obviously, Cooper Johns is coming back into that 6 role. And I'm not too sure how long Schuster is going to be out for. It seems like one of these seasons for Schuster now. But it's just a whole thing with Schuster. If he comes in and plays to his potential, he's got a whole lot of cash to build there. It's just really, you know, whether you want to hold that 281K, it's not too bad. Like, it's cheapy. Just hold him on your edge or 5'8", wherever you got him. Just hold him. But I don't know. Like, I have Sean Bloor as well there that's sitting there. And I'm just like, I don't know whether they're going to be those people that I just end up holding for the rest of the season. Just should have moved them on earlier on, but it is what it is. One thing I do wish I did, I wish I played Jackson Ford. He played fucking stellar over the weekend, especially. You know, he should be generating more cash again now, or he should be around that range to generate cash, but yeah, so much thoughts going through my mind now, especially with the weekend coming up. So I'm not going to show my team. As I say, I'm just going to talk to you face to face because there's not really much else I can really talk about. Like, obviously, I'm going to bring Sonny Luke in for Harry Grant. There's no, like, Eli Katoa is going to come off my bench. I think Jackson Ford's going to have to play for me this weekend. My reserves, I'm going to have to switch them around. Like, you know, Schuster's not playing. If Cleary doesn't play, fuck, there's going to be a wild one there. Who knows? If Cleary plays, he's most likely could have been my best captain candidate this weekend. Other than I'm thinking of Joey Manu could be the safest captain play for me overall. I think he's going to score pretty well against my Wars, unfortunately. But yeah, that's really the way I'm thinking. My trade thoughts coming into this weekend, we got Tommy Turbo is my prime trade candidate. I know I just said that he probably, if he does play, he's probably going to play center this weekend. If he does, he might score really well. Who knows? But just that injury cloud over the top of him. If he's going to play Origin, there's so many things that I don't know if I can hold him for. Even though he's so cheap for what he is as well, he could score hundreds when he wants to. I think everyone's in the same boat, but my couple of prime candidates for him. Tedesco is a big one that everyone's talking about. Obviously cash there, but he's coming up to Origin as well. He should build a whole lot of cash before that Origin break, so he's definitely a big option for me, especially he's a very safe option in my opinion. He's an ex-Supercoach gun all the time. Like, he's not even an ex-Supercoach gun. He is a Supercoach gun. He's just waiting to fire for Teddy. Scotty Drinkwater is definitely a thought for me. He's got a really low break even of 31. He can actually hit that break even. You know, sometimes he can go 31s, he can go 10s and stuff, like, who knows. But scoring a big score last week of 100 and something, I can't remember off the top of my head. He is primed to make a little bit more cash with that low break even, especially, you know, if he plays well against the Sharkies this weekend. The only thing is he is playing the Sharkies this weekend. But the biggest thing for Drinky that I'm thinking about, he plays round 13, so he's really good cover there, especially if both my boys like Walshy and Turbo go to Origin. If I put Drinky in now, I can switch in Drinky and rest Walshy if he goes for Origin. Who knows? Because we still don't know the Queensland fullback. If Ponga goes down, Reese is going to be there. You know, it's all up in the air at the moment, so who knows? And the last candidate, especially what everyone will probably be thinking, is Clint Gutherson, especially if I make another trade somewhere and I free up cash somewhere else. Gutho could be definitely a play there. He's been scoring really decently, you know, 70s, 80s, 70s, 80s. The only thing with Gutho, I don't see a big high, like 150 game out of him. Where Drinky, I could definitely see him just pump out like 150, especially with his goal kicking and all that sort of stuff. Teddy can go really, really high. Gutho's just more that consistent play. But that could be definitely the way to go, especially he could hold cash. And then I could downgrade back to Turbo after the Origin period, or, you know, players like that, you know, who knows? So that's definitely thoughts going through my head in my fullback position. Moving on, my second prime candidate for my trades is Eli Katoa, and it's someone that I really wanted to hold on through for a while now, but he's looking like he's going to be missing 2 weeks. Obviously, the bye this week, and then the concussion that he's suffered, so he's 11-day stand down. They played a Saturday on Magic Round, so him and Chance and like all the Warriors players that got done with HIAs and all that sort of stuff are going to be missing those games as well. So he's definitely looking like a player that I need to be moving on, and I'll bring him back in. I know I will. It's the same with Hopgood. I'll probably end up bringing him back in for Origin, but I feel like a whole lot of players are making big trades at the moment anyway, and there's other parts of my team that I haven't been touching that a whole lot of other people have, like front row forward, Tino and Maxi King. I'm definitely keeping those boys around. My trade thoughts for Eli Katoa is definitely like, you know, Hopgood is definitely an option. Who knows? But Corey Horsburgh may be an option as well. 481k. I think he's got a decent break even this week, like 50 something or whatever, which he can touch, but it definitely he could lose cash. I think the biggest thing that gets me with Corey Horsburgh is he's got the duel. So I could plug him in for Tino for Asul Malaawi, especially when he goes on Origin break, or I could be looking at getting a Joey Tarpanay in sometime soon and plug that in. I do feel like I'll probably play Tino this week and then maybe bring out Tino for Tarpanay next week. So these are my thoughts going through my head. I have no fucking clue. There is holes to plug everywhere, but I do feel like I'm safe in the center wings position. I do feel good there. Especially, who knows when we come up to like buy rounds and that, I don't know. I honestly don't know at the moment. My biggest ones are hooker, which I'm willing to take a hit at the moment. Sonny Luke could play and could go high 50s. Who knows? He could go 20s. Even with the auto emergency, everyone else could go 20s on my bench as well. Who knows? So Tino, and Maxi King up front row, not too bad. Second row is not too bad. Eli Katoa's probably got to go, but I probably do want one more gun in my second row position because I see a lot of people getting Matto in. Maybe I could be looking at something like that later on. That is my thoughts coming into this weekend. So sorry guys for the quick video here, but there's so much going through my head. Nothing set in stone, so I can't really just say, bang, this is what I'm going to do. But you do know now what the thoughts are in my head. So hopefully you enjoy that sort of stuff. If you do enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe down below. I think we're 5 subscribers off 500 subscribers. It would be fucking amazing for me if I can get that subscriber count before I get into May. That would be fucking awesome for me. I would be cheering, man. Like the amount of support I've been getting on YouTube, I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. Just some normal guy that works, a 9 to 5 and all that sort of stuff, and just make videos on my side as a hobby, and I really love it. It's just a skill building sort of thing. So thank you so much, guys. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. Hope your Supercoach teams are doing well. Peace out.